Hello, my lovelies. I have got a little set of these little folders. They are for CDs, but I'm not using them for CDs because I'm trying to get rid of all my CDs. They take up way too much room. But in here I have, oh, I'm missing one. I'll have to find something to put into that. I was just going to say I have filled this up, but I haven't filled it up. I've got a couple more there. Okay, so that's 3 I need to find. There are 24 possibilities in here for me to make different cards, focusing on different methods of card making. They all look fairly simple. I've taken these photos out of magazines and I've put them into here with the aim of doing at least one, maybe more, of each of these cards. And I thought today I would do this one. Now, it's glossy and I apologize if it shines. It looks to me to be an embossing folder with some extra bits and pieces on the front. I thought what I would like to do is some stenciling so that I can get the back piece done and maybe make that the feature of the front of the card with a thinking of you or hello down the bottom here. So keeping this one in mind, let's start on it. I've got my stencil prepared. I've got my little piece of paper underneath it prepared, ready to go. What I haven't done is chosen my ink colours. So we need a green. So let's go with, what's this one? Rustic Wilderness. Okay, so let's chop away at this and see how far we can get. I haven't taken a note of the time. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's see how long this card takes me to make as far as getting the front on the card. I like to have a decent amount of colour in there. How are we going colour-wise? Can't really tell. Because the stencil is shiny too, so, you know, you're getting shine from all directions this morning, so my apologies. I thought this also would be a good way to resurrect my Make a Card Mondays. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll start putting these Make a Card ones into Make a Card Monday playlist. It's not coming out very dark. Let's get my little brush. Where's that? It's hiding. Oops, clunk, there goes the light. That's a little better. I'm a bit happier with that depth. Because I'm using bone-coloured paper as well, so that will hide a little bit of the colour, which is probably why I'm not feeling that it's deep enough. It's sort of blending. But I did want a little bit of colour behind the actual stencil today. So I have these lovely papers that my daughter shared with me because she's not doing much paper crafting at the moment. She's too busy working full-time and looking after teenagers. And that in itself can be a bit of a trial. Mind you, at 17 and 18, they're getting their lives together, which is lovely. It's beautiful watching your baby grandchildren grow up to be young adults. The transition is really quite wonderful to watch. Okay, I'm not quite happy with this one. That's better, and I might give it a little bit more up here as well. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now, what colour shall we add the flowers? I'm just reaching for a little scrap of paper here so that I can do my squirrelies here with my little brush and take out some of that green, because I've only got one of these little brushes. Okay, let's put this one back. Let's be a little bit organised here. Now, I rather like the idea of the lavenders and pinks. Let's go with Versacolour. And what's this one? Orchid. Let's go with that for closer to the green bits. Let's try it out first. Oh yeah, that's nice. We'll go with all of this, I think. I'll get it darker in here. And make it go lighter toward the edge, the outer edge. Want a little bit more deeper colour in there. I could have used a darker pink, but I didn't want to take the risk of making a mess of it. Sometimes all the best intentions you have go astray because your inks don't quite blend as much as you would like them to, or the way you want them to. Okay. Let's see if I can get this to go right the way I want it to. Maybe if I turn it round, I can start working from the top and take it out. That way the colour will be darker at the base and lighten up towards the edge where I want it to be lighter. A little bit of green coming through there, but that's okay. Give it a little bit of variance. And this one is doing just what I want it to do. Enriching the colour up there by not dabbing off onto the page, onto the scrap, I'm able to enrich the colour at the base and then feather out very gently towards the edge. A little bit darker around there. And I'll do the same here. Just give it a little bit of extra pink rather than taking it out lighter. Okay, I'm a bit happy with that. So let me take this washi tape off and we can have a look. Oh, I really like that. That's quite lovely, and I didn't realise that the Versacolor is very rich with ink. Still a little bit damp in there. I don't want to go playing around with it while it's damp, so I'll just work it in a little. That really looks pretty. I really like that. I really do. I think that's lovely. Now, I think it should go on to, or it should have an edge to it. But I'm wondering if it needs to be green or whether I do the pink edge. Let's clean this while I'm thinking. It also depends upon what colour backing paper I'm putting it onto as well. So let's have a look at some of those. I'll just pop this up over here and I'll clean that shortly with my baby wipes. I'm thinking pink for the edge. I've got this nice red colour, and if I put that on there, I can have a hello coming in there, or even a thinking of you. Let's see what I've got here. I've got thinking of you. That looks nice. Whereas the hellos I've got cut out are... No, that blends in too much. So it's definitely thinking of you. And I think pink, definitely. Okay, so let's get my pink tone, red tone, orange tone, whatever. Is that orange? That one's more of a red. And we'll get some U-Butte colour going on here. Come on, pick up. Fingers are feeling a little bit non-active this morning. Just wondering if I should introduce a darker colour behind this so that it really does separate from the other colour. We're still keeping in line with the card that I'm copying, but taking it just a little step further. Yeah, I think it does need something behind it as well. I really do. Let's have a look what I've got here. That does not go well. Let's turn it over and see what colour it is there. Well, that might work. Actually, I think that could work. Okay. Yes, I think that will work. So get my 12-inch cutter down. Do a little bit of seat of the pants cutting here. I'm sorry if it's just out of camera line, but I can't really help that. Now, so you can see what I'm doing, I shall bring out the smaller cutter, my small guillotine, and do the shorter cut on this. Now it's going to be that narrow all around, so I put that in and do a little bit of more eyeballing here. And are we square on? Yep. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, we're just going to fluke it in. Just going to fluke it. Nice. And thinking of you can traverse the two of that way. Yep, that's it. We're doing it. We're doing it. Get a card blank. Just run over the fold again. This is 200 GSM cardstock I'm using because I ran out of ready-made cards, and I have this beautiful set, you know, it's about this thick amount of paper. So I thought, well, I'm going to use that. Why not? Keep myself busy, off the streets and out of trouble. Double-sided tape and my glue stick. I've been so industrious making cards. I haven't shown you all of them. I've made about 80 so far in the last few weeks, and I haven't shown them to you because it's sort of a mass making type thing. I do half a dozen of one sort and half a dozen of another, and just keep rolling until I've run out of that particular resource and then swap. It's been quite wonderful. Very therapeutic. Bit of a change from the journals, I can tell you. I'm getting a bit not stir crazy. I'm missing journals, let me put it that way. So I think once I've made 100 thinking of you cards and pass them on, I shall do a little bit of work in one of my journals as a break for my mind. And sometimes the mind needs a break. And then I can go on with another theme, or do another 50 thinking of yous and hellos, and then start on some birthday cards maybe. If anyone in Australia wants to join me in making cards for handmade cards for seniors, they are on Facebook, and you'll be able to join in the fun. Hang on, I didn't measure this. Okay, 1/8. Now we'll put this one down next. And I didn't put the glue stick on the inside of that. Never mind. It will have to survive on its own. This is what I call a clean and simple card, because whilst it's, you know, you've got your stenciling and it's not messy, but it's not a complex card. I haven't got a dozen folds in there or a dozen cutouts or anything like that. It's just fairly simple. I know that a lot of the cards I've been doing are along that line. Very simple, very quick, very easy. Once you've got the idea in your head and you've got a little cheat sheet alongside you, it's really easy to do. So some of the other cards, whilst I might have to prepare a little and do some cutting before I come on camera, they're still going to be fairly simple and fairly easy because I've got the diagram in front, you know, your little idea. So if you get given some magazines or you've come across some magazines that are cheap, take them home, read them, and then think about how you can make cards out of their designs. Yes, you can give them recognition. I've forgotten which magazine I've taken those out of, so I'm sorry I can't give the magazine recognition. But, you know, at least I'm letting you know I'm cheating a little by using somebody else's design as the base for my idea. I'll just run the glue stick up the middle of that. Oh, I didn't wind it out far enough. Just a little bit more, thank you. Now, I could put this in the middle, but I've got my thinking of you to think of, and I want that to be fairly well presented. Now, I could pop this up and make it 3D. It's a little bit big for that, so I'm not going to bother. Let's keep using the tape. I've got my thinking of you popped up, so that'll be okay. Now, I don't have any sentiments cut out and stamped because I've used them all. So the sentiment for this one is going to have to go inside it later on. When I turn the camera off after this video, I shall get the little Cuttlebug up and cut the morning away. Cut and stamp. And then I'll probably have to do it again tomorrow. Because once you start working, you just keep going and you keep going and you keep going and you run out of your resources, so you've got to redo them. It's kind of fun. Just a little bit of extra glue to hold it in place. Okay. That looks about right. Oh! That looks crooked for some reason. Beautiful. Now I'm going to give it a few dots of gold glitter glue. Let's give it a little bit of a shake up. Now let's not pour it onto the card first up. Oh, see what happens? You get a big blob when you do that. And I don't want big blobs. I just want discrete little dots. Just all over the place. Like a splatter, but not a splatter. And I am calling that card done. I think it's lovely. I do like the colours of the flowers. That is so sweet. Very, very sweet. Now, I did some more of the same type of thing, and I'd like to show you those. Where did I put them? Over here, nice and safe. Now, I did 3 so that I got the technique down right. So there's that one with the envelope. So you can see the stenciling, 2-tone, 3-tone stenciling, and then the hello, and the gold glitter as well, glitter glue. And this little one, these are all stand up that way, tent folds. That's what I was thinking of, tent folds. So it's just 1, 2, 3 colours. And see how I varied it there, like using the light and dark thing. Made this one darker and these two a little bit lighter. And the last one, I fell in love with this when I finished it. I really did. I thought, yep, that is just gorgeous. So I'll leave those 2 there while I'm fussing with the camera and putting this away. And I will catch up with you with cards next Monday. Catch up with you later, folks. Stay happy, stay crafting, and keep smiling. Bye-bye now.